The room is very big. It's uncomfortable. You're not more used to it LA, right? 3 bathrooms for 1 person, right? Yeah? Never mind. It's always something good. I think heaven wants us to earn it, in a hard way. I don't know why. I keep looking for a place and I cannot find. I find some, but there's always something. Yeah. Yesterday they introduced a place in Hamburg. Yeah. You know what's in Hamburg is like belongs to the government. You can buy it cheap, but then you have to do what the government wants you to do. Like make an old home or young home, all kind of things. No free lunch. Hey guys. Yeah. Everybody okay?
Yes.
If it's not okay, it has to be okay, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, these are good people. How's the meditation going? Okay?
Yes.
You're not too tired? You okay?
Yes.
Wow, you are tough. I'm really impressed. Yeah? I'm really impressed. You're cool. Very good. Yeah. Hey, yeah, you can peep like that. It's fine too. I'm so sorry. God. I'm really looking for a place, Do you believe me or not?
Yes.
I have been looking for many years. Always something going on. Yeah, now you can squeeze or, just jump in between. Come quickly. We don't have all day. We have only 2 days. Okay. There we are. Are we okay, huh? Do I look good for the camera? Cameraman?
Yes.
The director? Look good?
Yes.
If I don't look good, you just have to look at it. Doesn't matter, I can't change anymore. Yeah, I did throw some color on, but that's the best. That's as good as it gets. Come in, squeeze in, standing, yep, and sit. Wow, that should be very warm. Only English people, yeah? The one who understand English. Oh, what for? We have flowers. We don't even have room for humans. Yeah. Yeah, if you can, that's over there behind there. Yeah, it looks like a big valley. Yeah. Squeezy. Brother. Sister or brother, you go over there so they can squeeze over here better. Otherwise, you're already skinny and the woman is very strong. They make a sandwich out of you. Check yourself. Yeah, they make a sandwich out of this poor guy. Yeah. It doesn't matter anybody, who cares. Just sit. Okay, that's it. House is full. Packed. Nowhere else? Yeah? There's a valley over there nobody likes. I don't know why. How many places? Just raise hand so they can go there. Yeah, look at that. The English speaking. And the one who don't speak English may be better outside so can translate, It's right in group, huh? No translation in here, huh? It's too noisy. Oh man, it smells so nice also. How come it smells at this time? How come? Huh? Is it already lunchtime yet?
No.
Okay. That's a very good idea to cook only twice a day, huh?
Yeah.
2 times a day, good enough, yeah?
Yes.
And if you're really dying, you go out and grab an apple.
Yeah.
And if there's no apple, then you just grab nothing. Simple, right? Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Remember, is it on, honey?
Yes, ma'am.
How come so low? Is it good? Yeah, Choco. Is it good like that? Yeah, can we hear? Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
There's some more place over there. You want to jump in? The English speaking. It's too late now to move around English. Okay, next time it's like this, okay? Unless I see them specially, you arrange the English people around.
Yeah.
And the people who don't understand should be outside so they can translate for each other in a group. In this kind of situation, what to do? Huh? And then I always go out and look at them anyway, yeah? Okay, now, that's it, huh? One more place even, come on, cheap. Wholesale, yeah. It's kind of, wow, my God. Is there anybody who's not here? Yeah, okay, that's it, huh? No more space, right? Okay. Anybody have pain or anything? No. Yes? No? No. There's a kind of white tiger balm. It's very helpful. You know, the white one. The one with the white inside. There are two kinds, no, three kinds. One kind is very deep, like caramel, huh? Deep caramel. And one is lighter caramel. Another is white, the white one. Oh, somebody gave it to me and it helps me a lot. Last night I could not move without screaming. That's why I run over there so you don't hear me screaming because you will scold me. We are meditating and you are screaming. Anybody have pain? We can give you some of that. Oh, it's cool now. Much better. Wow. When I breathe deep, it doesn't hurt that much anymore. It's bearable. Okay. Remember the story about Jesus? That he belonged to a religious order called the Essenes. I happened to grab a book about that, you know. I meant to tell you long ago, but never had a chance. We always tell jokes instead. Okay. Okay, now. This account about the Essenes is written by a man called Josephus. And Josephus was a very famous practitioner at that time. And he was even a governor of some place. Oh, we don't need to go into his details too much because it's long, you know. He wrote something, yeah. So I think we don't need to read his biography, no? No, we go straight to the Essenes because he was the one who had been initiated into that order. You see what I mean? Originally, he doubted all this, you know, he did not believe such things exist. But somehow there was some strong quest within his heart that he had to look for something and didn't know what. So there were only three choices in his time. So he had chosen the Essenes, and he went to look for a master of the Essenes. At that time, there were the Pharisees, Sadducees, and the Essenes. So he chose the Essenes, yeah. And then he prepared himself in many ways so that he might be found worthy to be admitted into the order of the Essenes. You can't just go in there and register, pay member fee, and then you become an Essenes. It's not like that, yeah? At that time, no. This time also, no. I guess not, huh? Okay. So this man, though he was very earnest, yeah, and he was even a governor of some kind, you know, but in order to be admitted, yeah, as it is said here, he had to be prepared, yeah. Anyway, this book has been written, it's been compiled by Mr. Edmond Bordeaux Sescali, but it is about a person who wrote the account of the Essenes himself, yeah? He himself, one of the members at that time. This is a long time ago, okay? Long time ago. Under the time of the Romans, in 37 AD, yeah, his name is Flavius Josephus. He was born in 37 AD in Jerusalem. He was even a warrior and a sacerdotal lineage. Yep. He was born from his mother, who was from the line of the princess. Yeah, and his father was a priest of high order, so he was somebody. Even then, to be somebody in the secular world is different from being somebody in the spiritual world. Therefore, he must prepare himself. I guess he had to be vegetarian for 3 months. Probably read a lot of books, or saw a lot of tapes from every master TV for a while. And then he was prepared. And voila. Okay. Now we go straight into where he's already prepared. We don't want to talk too much about, how he prepared it. So, in his own word, he said that he has resolved to prepare himself in different ways, that he might be found worthy to be admitted into the order of the Essenes. And then in order to accomplish this, I turned to a man called Banus, of whom I was told that he belonged to the brotherhood of the Essenes and lived in a wilderness. This man, Banus, this is the account of Josephus. This Banus, he made his clothes out of the bark and leaves of trees, fed upon wild fruits, cocoa, banana. The story I told you yesterday, maybe both, but in a wilderness. I don't think they have cocoa. Oh, who knows, maybe he was on an island, and there might have been a lot of coconuts, yeah? Yeah. Wow. And he fed himself upon wild fruits, plants, and herbs. And from holiness, bathed several times, night and day in cold water. You may try. It rains a lot, convenient. No need to worry about shortage of water. Even if it rains, we have to be grateful. In some areas it doesn't even rain for long years, many years, and people are very desperate, for water. You know that, right? Like in Darfur region and all that. Yes. Even though we have donated some money, but I don't know how quick it goes to them and how quick it has brought them comfort. We cannot just go in there. Yeah. We cannot go in there. Not like you want to go there help and you can. You see, some areas are very restricted. And in some countries, even if you help, you have to go in like thieves. Because worrying the people might think we want something. Yeah. In some restricted countries, one time I helped one country, and my people even had gone to jail for that. Yeah, I just don't know how. We brought a lot of money, a lot of stuff in there. What are you doing with it? And they didn't believe that we were going to help the victims. Or maybe they believed, but they just didn't want to. Yeah, so they took the money, jailed the people, and made them sign all nonsense. Otherwise they will shoot, something like that. It's horrible. It's not like in this world, if you want to be good, then people will applaud you and praise you and give you a shining world leadership award. So, something like that. Not always, eh? Yeah. It happened not just one time, in different countries. I guess you can know where, yeah? Oh, those countries are a little bit more open now. It's more open now. You can go in without visa. The native. The native overseas can go in without visa. But before it was more restricted, yeah? Our people had been jailed and threatened to be killed if they don't sign a guilty paper. They had done nothing wrong. It's something like that. Or being on the blacklist the first time, on a blacklist second time, being jailed. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Why do we go so far? What was we talking about? Oh, about the water, about the rain here in Paris. Yeah. Recently, the weather changed a lot. You know that, right? Yeah. Normally, at this time, we don't have rain, right, Parisians? Huh? No, huh? A little, but yeah? Normally not very hot. I remember when I was here a long time ago. This is the hottest month, you know, and you had to run away from Paris. Normally Paris is all deserted at this time. Nobody ever stays in Paris, yeah? They force you to go on holidays. They pay you to go, yeah. Yeah, it's like that. I know it. Okay, so now, we're grateful for this rain. It's refreshing, you know? Otherwise, it would be too hot for us to sit here, even, yeah? Or outside, yeah? It's not possible. Not possible in the tent like that. You cannot bear it. You would think you are in Africa. You know, yeah. Okay, so we pray that the situation will improve for Darfur and other poor refugees. But Darfur seems to be the most desperate. You know. First, because we tried to go in, but we cannot do it directly. You know, I know they're so restricted, the policy there or something, because of the war or something going on or some rivals. You know, they don't let us come in. And then second, I tried to give the money to a very powerful organization, the most powerful one, and then they don't take it. I don't know why. They were appealing on television, but then when we gave, they didn't take it. Okay, fine. And then we didn't give. And then until later on, we found out about, the movie stars foundation. Oh, okay, we gave it to them and they accepted. But still, I don't know how the red tape would allow them to do anything quick or not. You know, over there they have to go 10 kilometers to get water and wood, you know, because everybody goes there and gets, and so wood is rare also and water is rare. So we are truly lucky. Every day you have to thank God for what you have, eh? Yes. Really, we are lucky, huh? I cannot emphasize it enough. It will never be too much for this. We have to be always grateful. Yes. Grateful for the precious peace that we have in our countries, in Europe, the precious life that we still have, and the precious Kuan Yin method, of course. Yeah. So now let's go back to the Essenes. Is it too long, huh? Yeah. I don't know, just by the way, spontaneous, you know, who cares, yeah? It's not an orchestra that I have to sing certain notes at certain times, is it? No, huh? You don't mind, huh? No. If you mind, you can go out. You know, huh? Yeah, okay, you don't dare, huh? Okay, now let's go to the Essenes that you've been waiting for. Okay, about the man Banus, you know, he lived in the wilderness, yeah, as some of the yogis. They are really maybe tired of the world, or maybe they are tired of the way people live their life, and they don't want to be influenced by this kind of not very favorable life for spiritual enlightenment. So he went into the wilderness. I remember Jesus also went there once for 40 days. Buddha was also under the Bodhi tree alone. I mean, when we say Bodhi tree, he didn't sit under the Bodhi tree in New York theme park or something like that. It's a Bodhi tree that grows in nowhere. You know what I mean? In the wild, yeah, in some like remote area. Understand? Now that you see a Bodhi tree outside in our yard there, don't try to sit under there and think that you are already a Buddha, eh? So you can see that most of the really elevated practitioners, they somehow do go into some retreat sometimes in their life in order to be far away from the, the atmosphere of the world, which is not very conducive to their practice, perhaps in the beginning or perhaps during all their lifetime. They do it again and again. Hey, okay? Yeah. Brother, enough already. I'm pretty. Now and again, okay? You relax. Yeah, now and again. When I smile very brightly, then you take a photo quickly. Otherwise, it's just casual, eh? Okay. So this guy, this master called Banus, he went into the wilderness, as we see, and he made his clothes out of the bark and leaves of trees. fed upon wild fruits that we talked already about, sorry. And then he bathed several times in cold water. Just to wake him up, I think. Just to stay awake, yeah? That's the idea of cold water. No? Did you try that? Ice? Yeah, okay. Wash your face with ice cold water. I think when you're cold, you can't even sleep. It's true, huh? Yes. Yeah, I tried that many times. Yeah, really, you can't sleep. But it's also difficult to concentrate, to meditate. Yeah? Because you feel like restless and in pain, huh? Sometimes. So temperate is the best, nah? Temperate is the best. So in this man, this is Josephus talking again. In this man's company, I spent 3 entire years undergoing all kinds of trials, temptations, and privation. Wow. And then returned to the city. Yeah. So he stayed with the Master Banas in the wilderness for 3 years. Undergoing all kinds of temptation. What kind of temptation can you have in a desert? Huh? Tell me. It's your own temptation, right? Your own hormones. That's it rushing through your body and telling you, go home, go home, go home. Yeah. Go find a woman, find a man, something like that. What for you eat just wild berries in here and befriend only the desert rabbit people. Yeah, there are a lot of coffee shops in the city where you left. Is still there, beautiful girls and so and so. Especially for the men, it must be pretty hard, hey? I'm telling you, yesterday I said to you, you are very brave people, yeah? Because just to be vegan only, how many people can be, okay? The greatest victory is over ourselves, yeah? Not over any so-called enemy, eh? It's so easy to grab a gun and shoot somebody in the face, especially when they are defenseless, when they have no weapon, no means to defend themselves, or they don't even know how, yeah? Innocent people, they don't even ever see a gun in their lives, let alone use it to defend themselves, yeah? So it's so easy to kill anybody. It's not easy to save somebody, yeah? That is the most difficult part and the most noble part that we should try to strive for, saving lives, not killing. Killing is so easy, dead easy, yeah? Even kids, they can do it, They don't need to be even trained to do it. All you need is just a gun or a knife, and then you go, wow, and then that's it, it's happened. And even if people keep drinking alcohol or taking drugs, then it will help them to go even more berserk, they don't even know what they're doing also, and then it's nothing at all. So the most difficult mission is to save lives, yeah? Be it human or animal, people. To kill is cheap. No? Easy. Yeah. Me thinks. My humble opinion. Anyway. Sorry if I'm offending anybody, but the truth is the truth, no? Yeah. And even the most victorious battle is to what? Conquer yourselves. Yes. And that's what you did. Yeah? And you are still doing it. Sometimes it's still difficult, but you're doing it and it's fine. It's not about even the victory. It's the trying to do it, at least, yeah? If everything's easy, then we don't need to feel proud about it, right? Yeah. You should do the thing that is not that easy to measure your strength and your stamina and your power of will, okay? All right. So now this guy, he stayed three years with the master, eating wild berries and bathing several times per day or night in cold water. After 3 years, he came back to the cities. Okay. Now, he begins to tell about the doctrines of the Essenes. It's like this. The doctrine of the Essenes tends to teach all men that they confidently may trust their faith in the hands of God, as nothing happens without His will. They are the most honest people in the world and always as good as their word. Well, that sounds very familiar. That's why we have the 5 precepts. We tell the truth. We respect other people's property and not taking it home and taking care of it. For example. For example, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So they are the most honest people in the world. Yeah. And always as good as their word. Means whatever they promise, that's the way it will be. Yeah. So in our group sometimes we don't even write check. We just write, okay, $20,000 on a piece of paper, and that will be given later. That will be paid in due time. He's listing all the qualities and the virtues of the Essenes. Okay. One is they teach all men that they can trust God. And the second is the soul is immortal. Yeah. The third, they are the most honest people, honorable people. And the fourth, they are very industrious and enterprising and show great skill and concern in agriculture. Yeah. Of course, you have to feed yourself, yeah, and feed other people. So agriculture has always been very essential to any spiritual community. Yeah, we have many communities nowadays still doing the basic work, the simple lifestyle that their ancestors were always doing. They plant their own vegetables, they till the land, yeah, they tend their own cattle, just to till the land. They don't even use much of the machines. They build their own houses. They teach their own children. Many communities are still like that all over the world. In different countries, different communities, but basically they are similar in a sense that they take care of themselves. Yeah, they plant their own food, and they will not depend too much on the up and down of the society, but depend on their own labor and on God's grace. Another of the virtues continues, but most of all are those venerated, esteemed, and admired who live in a wilderness. Yeah. Probably these are the ones who already cut completely attachment to any possession, fame, profit in the world. They don't care anymore. They just gone to the wilderness, live from the providence, and do not seek any recognition of any kind. That is why they are recognized and revered, because of their true detachment and the true devotion to God inside their heart. Yeah, it's not the action of going to the wilderness that will earn you esteem and veneration from people. It is your attitude. It's your true renunciation. Understand? It's not the robe that you wear. It's not the place that you live. It is the inside that generates this kind of holiness, yeah, that makes people trust you. Okay. So just like every time, most people, they go into the wilderness and people will seek them out. Yeah. Okay. On account of the sense of justice that they ever show and the courage and intrepidity that they manifest in ever defending truth and innocence and purity, like that, purity. This trait is not found in such a high degree, either with the Grecian or any other people. I'm sorry, it mentions Grecian here, I don't know why. Probably at that time, the high priest of Greece was supposed to be, high order, yeah, and was supposed to be revered by people. So maybe that's why he compared it like that. It's like this kind of honesty, purity, diligence, and devotion were not found in such high orders of priesthood, perhaps. Established religious orders at that time, I guess. That was 37 AD, after Christ. Okay? Probably at that time, the high priest of Greece was supposed to be high order, yeah, and was supposed to be revered by people. So maybe that's why he compared it like that. It's like this kind of honesty, purity, diligence, and devotion are not found in such high order of priesthood, perhaps established religious orders at that time. I guess that was 37 AD, after Christ. Okay, I'm not talking about the Greeks right now, or any Greeks, whatever. All right, it's supposed to be like that in here. So not even found in any other people. Yeah, but it has always characterized the Essenes from time immemorial. You see, that is the order that Jesus belonged to. So how would a great master like Jesus do anything contradictory to this doctrine once he is already accepted in the order? I mean, he had to go through trial and tribulation in order to be accepted already, yeah? And be vegetarian and all that, yeah, okay. Now, they never keep servants. They do not think it's right that one should be the slave or servant of the other, as all men are brethren, and God is their Father. Okay. Therefore, they serve and assist each other. Only assist, yeah, assistance, but not slavery. For accountants of the profit of their agricultural labor and handiwork, they choose the most virtuous, honest, and pious of their brethren. The one who is the most honest and trustworthy, they entrust all their profit, so that this man or woman will divide equally and fairly among them to whomever needs it. Yeah. These also perform the service of priests and provide for all the wants as food and clothing. Yeah, of course. I have said already, and here he said it. They all live the same simple, industrious, and frugal life. In his work, Josephus, the Bello Judaico, chapter 2, verse 13, Josephus further writes, the third class of philosophers among the Jews, and the class that is most esteemed for their just and moral life, is that of the Essenes. Although they are certainly descended from the Jewish people, they show more enmity and love for each other than other Jews. I mean, at that time, okay? And live a more moral life. Compared to all other Jews at that time, they were the most excellent in virtues. That's what it was. They shun and despise sensuality as a great sin, but consider a moral and temperate life a great virtue. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Huh? Like if you go wild on sensual pleasure, that is not good. But if you lead a normal life, like you married and have a normal life of children bearing and rearing, that's okay. That's what it means. And not, over-indulgence, in sensual pleasure, even like drinking and drugging and all those stuff, yeah? Okay. They pride highly the strength of mind and the power to overcome the passions and desires of their nature. They willingly adopt the children of other people, and especially while these are very young, as then they are most susceptible to teaching and impressions. They show great kindness to such children, hold them dear, and teach them all kinds of knowledge and science, morals and religions. They do not reject wedlock, but, to the contrary, consider it necessary for the propagation of mankind. They despise riches and worldly gain, and the equality of property among them must be admired. It means they share equally between each other. In that community, they share. Yeah. Therefore, none of them are seen to live in abundance or need, not too rich and not too poor. the laws of the order regulate that everyone that enters into the brotherhood gives up to this all his property and wealth, so that they will share among themselves. What's the name, sis? Can you go? Oh, there's a white bag. There's a white case of a braille. Can you bring it here for me? I get a little tired reading without glasses. I can manage, but too many lights, that make my eyes tired. Okay. Therefore, among them are seen neither haughtiness nor slavish subjection, but all live together as brethren, sharing good and evil. Ooh, that's not good, the last one. Probably sharing all the good and the bad, whatever happens. Yeah, like something good happens to them, good harvest, they all share together. And if misfortune befalls them, like maybe a drought or maybe a flood or something, then they bear it all together. It doesn't mean that they share the evilness of themselves. It's not like that. Probably the translation is not clear. So I want to make it clear to you, okay? Because it doesn't make sense, right? All these virtuous people share the evil. They don't have any, right? They don't have any before they enter the order, even. So it has to be like something that happened to them due to collective karma of the world, yeah? Or even some of their individual past karmic retribution, as you know, eh? The fixed karma of this lifetime, huh? My famous glasses from apotheke. Yeah, gas station, huh? Can buy it in gas station. So, reading glasses. Wow, it's nice to have a little wind. Welcome. All right. Where were we? Okay. They do not live in any particular town, but in every town the order has its respective house. Sounds familiar, huh? No? Why don't they call it center? Like Paris Center. In this house, the members take their abode when they arrive on their travels, and they are there supplied with what they want. Yeah, wonderful, huh? Yeah, of course there's always food in the kitchen, huh? Everything is here at their disposition. Yeah, if we have anything at all around here at your disposition, except the floor. Yeah, this sounds familiar to me, huh? Does it sound familiar to you?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Everything is here, in that house, in that center, as if in their own house. Yeah. Here they are received as the best of friends and near relations by persons they never before saw in their life. Doesn't matter. You come first time, second time, is the same, right? You're always the best in that house, and you're always welcome. Yeah, they treat it like relatives. Yeah, like family members. Is that not so among us?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. Yeah, it's truly like that, huh?
Yes.
Many of you didn't ever see each other before. You just come here or anywhere in any centers, and then you are just friends and immediate. Right? Happy to see each other like a long lost relatives. Oh, who are you? Love to see you. What's your name? And you call each other brother and sister, huh? Very good. In every town there is an elder who has in his care clothes and other necessary things that he graciously distributes to them who need such things. The Essenes use their clothes until they are worn out and cannot be used any longer. very frugal people and simple. They neither buy nor sell among themselves. Every member willingly gives his brother what he needs of his, and is again supplied by others with what is needful. Yeah, it's the exchanging system. It's a very nice community indeed, huh? Okay. Even if he thinks he never can repay it, he may, without bashfulness, receive it, as this is a rule within them. Yeah. Even if you know you cannot repay the money, if you need it and somebody gives it to you, you take it within the brotherhood and sisterhood. The Essenes worship of God is grand, sacred, and majestic. Before the sun rises and greets the earth with its beams, they do not speak on earthly matters, but read and send forth their sacred, humble prayers that they have learned from their fathers. You know, meditation in the morning, yeah, prayers, yeah, okay. The elder points out the work in which each one is most skilled. You know, if you have talent for cameraman, then you are a cameraman. The elder says so. Having thus worked for 5 hours, do they again gather, bathe themselves in cold water, and don a white linen gap. Well, this is not white, but yeah, you can have white. The tradition is like that. White symbolizes purity, you know, and nothingness, yeah? That you don't have anything to hide. Everything is clear, yeah? And everything is simple in your life. This is the meaning of it. And I don't mind advocating that, but it's just less convenient for you in these days, yeah? Actually, in these temples, you know, in this house, they probably provide it already. You know, everybody goes, you wash your hands, and you wear a white apron, you know, to make it look clean for everybody, and everybody looks equal, you know what I mean? And dignified. That's it, yeah? We could have done that. We could do that too. But for your convenience, I don't want to impose so many, you know, restrictions. But it would have been good like that. Yeah, you know, like those the Muslim wear.
Yes.
That is for the old tradition. Yeah. It's just that when we wear such things, we have to also remember what it stands for. Yeah, for purity, equality among men, and respectful towards all lives. Yeah, and vegan. Well, you can wear white. I'm sure you're worth it. Huh? But for the sake of convenience, yeah, you wear whatever you wear. I'm not saying anymore. But in the beginning, actually, I told everybody to wear it below the knees, or just a little bit above the knees, especially women. But never mind. It's okay. Just try to keep your mind straight. That's it, okay? It's not just the clothes. The mind has to be straight. But the clothes do help. The clothes do help. That's why some of the poor ladies don't wear clothes. Yeah, they go on the stage and they just take off their clothes. Yeah. Something like that, yeah? Or just wear a little bit, yeah. They are probably the most renunciation people among us, huh? We haven't got there yet, so it's okay. This is still all the description about the life of the Essenes, the principal lifestyle. Having washed themselves, they proceed to the special halls of the order where no one dare come who does not belong to the order. Ooh. Meditation hall. Mm-hmm. Not nobody there, but they normally would not let other people come in, huh? For what, you know? It's like you are here, only the initiated people, right? Yeah. We welcome outside people on a different occasion, yeah? But not when we do retreat or meditate, because they don't know how to meditate. They just sit there and watch everybody with binoculars. How come that guy, he meditate like this? How come that lady, she meditates like that? You know? Then it would be very inconvenient for you to sleep, no? So we don't allow anybody to come here who is not initiated into the fashion of sitting sleeping. There are people who are walking sleeping, but we have here sitting sleeping. Well, not much difference. Huh? Never mind. At least when you're sitting, you won't fall. Huh? When you're walking sleeping, you might run into problems. Huh? But if you're sitting sleeping, then you just sit and sleep. What harm can you do to anybody? Right? It's a very peaceful group. The only sound you hear is not a complaining sound, it's just a snoring sound. That's a very harmless situation. You know? Yeah. You make peace, right? At least among yourselves. Okay. Now, then having gone through the ceremonies that the law prescribes, they proceed perfectly cleansed to their eating rooms with the same reverence as if they enter the holy temple. Everybody takes his place in supreme silence and stillness. The bakers of the brotherhood then enter, distributing a bread to each person after a certain order. I guess to the elderly first, yeah? And to the fat guy, one loaf of bread less than the skinny guy. What else can it be? Because here I let you eat freely and you eat wild. You know, the fat guy eats more, the skinny guy continues to eat less. Can't squeeze in. No, you are just temperate in your eating, right? Good enough, yeah?
Yes.
2 meals a day, okay? Yes. I don't see any 2 meals. I see you come in and out of the kitchen and grab bread, apple, or whatever is there. It's okay. It's cool, yeah? What I mean is we should not spend all day in the kitchen, yeah? 2 meals a day is already a lot because your brother and sister, they are spoiling you, yeah? They cook good food and all that. That's a lot of labor from home already, you know? So here we just warm it up or just eat cold like that. It's already very good. These are delicacies, you know, in Vietnam. Yeah, you don't even get that in a restaurant. Home cooking, like the round, how you say, pate you saw yesterday? Yeah, it takes a lot of time to cook that, eh? You have to mash the tender soya, the young soya, into a very fine kind of paste, and then you have to tie it well with banana leaves and cook it for a long time until it becomes smooth like that. They call it silk pate, but there's no silk in it. Completely vegetarian. I mean vegan. Well, before I just knew the word vegetarian, I didn't know the word vegan exists. You know, for me everything's vegetarian, but it's actually vegan if you want to call it. Yeah, everything we eat out there is completely vegan in the norm of it. Yeah, because there's nothing there that is not vegan, right? Nothing from animal, people, and it's all cooked with love. You see, you're lucky people, very lucky people. At home, I don't even have those. No, rarely, you know, only when somebody visits from Taiwan or something and sneak something on the airplane and bring it to us, like the Vietnamese vegan silk pate, you know, because it's so smooth like silk, so they call it silk pate. Chả lụa, huh? Yeah, it takes a long time to make and good skill to make it smooth and compact like that. Because if you're not skillful enough, it will become loose like, I would say, like mashed potatoes or something. It's not so compact and tasty like that. Capiche? Yeah? And you have to put the correct amount of seasoning, yeah? So whoever cooked yesterday was really a good cook. I don't have those. I don't have one of those in my house. I'm the only good cook in the house. And even then, you know, nowadays I don't even have time to cook a lot. So we just eat very simple. Yeah, I told you already, yeah? Brown rice, sesame, and mung beans. And then we eat fruit also, you know? We eat fruit and dessert and all that. That's good enough, yeah? And raw vegetables, if we have it, or just boiled vegetable, or just simple, mixed salad. That's enough. Vegetables and fruits, and protein from mung beans, and from rice, and a lot of B vitamins from the brown rice, and protein, and minerals essence from the what, sesame. Yeah, okay, you got it. Yes. So don't think that I'm cooking a lot at home. I don't dream about going to my place and then have mastered cooking more. I don't even cook for myself. Sometimes I don't even eat brown rice and sesame, because I'm too busy. I eat so late, like maybe 5, 6 o'clock already evening when I have time to prepare a sandwich. So I just eat that sandwich and that's it. No? And then I continue with the work. I don't have time again. Then time to meditate and then I just go. Yeah? Okay. Which is very late at night. Sometimes late in the morning. If I tell you to live a simple life, it's also very convenient, because I can live through it, so I think you can. Yeah, the vegan food recipes we give to people for them to enjoy. Yeah, and because of that, we don't have much time to cook for ourselves. So it's okay too. Somebody enjoy anyway in the world. Why it has to be us? Okay, understand me? Yeah, like the lady who cooked the silk pate to bring it here and offer to you. How much she eats out of it? Maybe none. She saved it all because so many hungry people here. So she saved it all to bring it here for you. You see, that is the kind of love that we cannot find. We cannot buy. Yeah. Of course, you guys return the money to her, at least the ingredients that she had to buy and all that, yeah? And a little bit extra. Apart from the pool money that we have, just have to pay whoever brings good food here. The bad food, tell them to return money to us. Waste our time to chew nonsense. And she wasted the food, didn't cook well. Only the good food will return the money. And the other bad food, money back guarantee. It means that they will return to us. Okay. Now, the cook set before each one a plate of vegetables and other eatables. This being performed, one of the priests steps forth and holds a prayer. They consider it a grave sin to rest or touch food before praying. Got that? Yes. So I told you, thank God before you eat, huh? Yes. You don't have to do any ceremonious way, but you do it in your heart. It's fine also, yeah? Well, if we can and we do it in the family, we pray together, it's fine also. Wonderful. But if you don't have that kind of habit, you just pray in your heart. Huh? To pray, to thank God doesn't mean God needs it. Yeah, it's just good for you to remember who is the provider. Huh? Apart from the sister who makes silky tofu, yeah, God is the ultimate provider. Yeah, so we have to thank. Somebody gives you a piece of tissue, you say thank you. Yeah, somebody gives you a glass of water, you say thank you. God gives you everything. Oh, we have to thank Him, no? Yes. Thank Him. Yeah? Oh, that's normal. It's a very least courtesy. Huh? It is good for us to have good manners, to be polite, even to God. Yeah, it's not like God needs you to do that. It's always good to be grateful. Yeah, because if you're more grateful, He gives you more. It's always like that. It's a multiplying kind of business. Yeah, the more you are good with something, the more you are given it. Of course, if somebody gives thanks to you and you feel good, and you know also that he's good, then you help him again later on if he needs it. If somebody just ignores you, take the food and run away and eat somewhere else and say nothing to you, you would feel a little bit like disappointed and not very happy to give again later on. Or even somebody else will put you in jail for your help, then maybe you're also reluctant to help again, no? Understand? Yeah, okay. Now, they consider it a grave sin to eat or touch food before praying. Yeah, the meal over, the priest reads another prayer, and then the hymn of praise is sung. Yeah, they're very ceremonious. Yeah, we could do that too, but I don't think the neighbors here are very supportive of our loud voices. Huh? Hundreds of people singing, my God. Yeah, and we are not even a church, not a formal religion or church. You're not allowed to sing loud. Okay, we sing inside, okay? We sing our eternal song in our heart. Eternal song of gratefulness and happiness, yeah, of peace. Yeah. Okay. In this way, they praise and thank God, the giver of all good, both before and after the meal. This is the proper way to do it, yeah? When you don't have time, of course, you just thank in your heart, no need to sing songs and all that. As he loves music, I'm sure, but I don't know if your voice is good enough for the neighbors to approve, okay? Especially when we have hundreds of people singing here, I think they will call the police. So sing in your heart, all right? Before and after the meal. Praise whatever you want to tell God, yeah? Thank God for all the lovely food. Thank God for everything you have. Thank God for the meal at least, yeah? Before and after. Call him beautiful names, Don't always say God, God, God. The old man. Beloved Father, yeah? Or caring Mother. Be inventive, yeah? Call him the name that you would like to be called yourself. Yeah, that would feel nice, okay? Because words, even physical words, do generate some very special effect, okay? Up to now, it seems like whatever the Essenes taught, we have it here, So we might call ourselves the Essenes also. Yeah, Essen, feel Essen. In German, it means eating a lot. Eaters. At least you are good at that. Well, one has to be good at something, no? All right. But honestly, all their way of life seems familiar, no? Seems like we will live our life, yeah? The way we do. Up to now, Well, most of it, yeah? Sometimes a little bit different, depends on the situation and the time, but most of it we're living like that. Well, just like when we go to retreat, whoever has the money can contribute for the meal, or whatever you like, or not contributing if you don't have money. So we're sharing what we have. It's truly like that. Nobody forces anybody to really have to give money for the retreat, yeah? So even though you belong to the Essenes, the eating orders, you don't even need to pay if you don't have, And whoever needs, we always help each other, and help outsiders also, Yeah. So okay, now. Then they take off their white aprons, which they consider sacred clothes. I guess because they go to work in the field and all kinds of work, so maybe their clothes are not that clean or spotless when they go into the meditation hall or eating hall. So apart from, cleaning themselves at all, they have to wear a white cloth, yeah? For hygiene reason also, and for coolness, It feels good when everybody's all white, It also feels good when you're all colors, I don't mind. Whatever. It's just that in that time, they had certain rules, which is also, I consider, very scientific. Everybody wears the same long garment, And then it also keeps you warm, yeah? It's airable, breathable. And then you just sit and cover your knees and everything and meditate. And it's just very simple, yeah? Very easy also. I like this kind of clothes. You can eat a lot, nobody sees anything. If you belong to the order of the Essenes, you eat a lot and you wear this and nobody see how much, yeah? You don't need to worry about the figure at all. By the way, was it good, the breakfast?
Yes.
Was it enough?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So if you have a snack, that doesn't mean you didn't have enough, right? Enough food for everybody, right? In the morning, yeah? But just if you feel like eating a little bit, it's okay. There's always some food there for the latecomer, or, somebody who didn't like the breakfast or didn't eat much at breakfast because too early or wasn't ready, so can go out and eat a little bit later, huh? But don't make it an essence or habit all day long, huh? Their word means the essence, means the essence of our being, huh? I guess. Not the essence in the German language, eating, huh? All right. Then they return to their work, which they pursue till the twilight spreads over the earth. It means they work from dawn to dusk. Eh? Yeah. They work like the sun, rise and go to rest. Yeah. Then they go to their frugal evening meal again, during which they observe the same ceremonies as at their dinner. I mean, lunch. It seems like they eat only twice a day. Yeah. If members from foreign parts have arrived, they are put in the chief places at the table. Oh, how polite. Yeah. Here also, no? You come from different countries and you sit in the hall, and the French people, they sit out there. The owner of the center, they sit outside. This is the way it should be, yeah? Okay, very good. We should always be courteous to each other and be polite and treat each other like God, eh? That's of course, yeah. The meal is taken with the most solemn silence and stillness. I told you not to speak, no? Did you speak a lot today? No, huh? Okay, good. I didn't hear anything. Wonderful. Yeah. It's the best, when you eat in silence, your food is more blessed because in silence you can remember God better. Yeah, when you eat in God's grace, then the food will nourish you better. Yeah, will uplift your spirit and fill your health with more vigor and happiness. Understand? Yeah. Not like God is strict, like you cannot speak, and God doesn't care what you do. It's just whatever we do proper is good for us. Yeah? Okay. Mostly we should try to speak less anyway. But of course, when I'm with you, I can't make a good example because I have to talk. I have to talk to you a lot, When I invite you to my room, I share the food with you. I have to ask, how are you? You like the food? Tell me about your life and your stuff, your work, things like that. So that's exceptional, eh? But normally within each other, within yourself, you should keep silence when you eat so that you can remember God while you're eating. If you're talking to each other, of course you don't remember God that very well, yeah? We don't reach that level all the time that we can do multiple tasks and also remember God at the same time, right? So it's better to be cautious. And when you remember God, your food is blessed. You know that, yeah? Now, no noise or dispute disturbs the peace of the house. They talk by turns and in a low tone, which will appear strange to those who are not used to it. Yeah. Yeah, what for we have to talk very loud, right? We have microphone. They observe great temperance in their way of living. They eat and drink only what is necessary for their body. In general, do they not act without the knowledge and consent of their elders? But it is always left to their own free will to exercise benevolence and compassion to all in want of all classes in society. Sound familiar also, huh? That's the only free thing you can do. Be compassionate and be a giver. Yeah, be charitable. That's the thing you don't need to ask me about. I told you already, yeah? You don't need to give me money, but if you see somebody in need, you must give. And that you don't have to ask me. Yeah. Everything else you come and ask me, right? Most of the time. Not really. I mean, just important things, yeah? Yeah. If they live within the communities and if they want to act something for the communities, then of course they have to ask the person in charge. Just the same like, okay, if you want a retreat, you talk it over with the contact person and the people who take care of the center first. We don't just come stomping in here, no? And say, here I am, 100 people. No, it's different. When you come visit as a small group, it's okay. But when we need to organize a bigger group, then of course we talk with each other first, nah? Okay, now, they are free, to act in benevolence and compassion toward all who need, of all classes in the society. Well, it's self-familiar, huh? We also go out and help everybody, yeah? We don't care if he's a Muslim, he's poor, he's black, he's white, he's red, he's yellow, we don't care. If he needs, we help what we can, eh? Because, to be honest, we are like a small group, We are not a big empire or like a billionaire Mongol or anything. Yeah, because whatever we earn, we mostly share in it by the way, on the way, already. And we're not like a professional charity group. I told you already, yeah? We don't have any subsidies from government, or we don't take anything anyway. And we don't ask for donation from our members or anything. So whatever I have, I give. And whatever you have, you give. All free. You do what you do and I do what I do. Yeah. So in this respect, they're free. Free to feed the hungry. Free to clothe the naked and shelter the homeless. They're free to comfort the sick. Visit, assist, and comfort the prisoners. That's normal. Yeah, we do that all the time. Ah, surprised. Yeah, it's the same what we're doing. Even the prisoners, we also visit and comfort them. Yeah, because sometimes people become criminals for lack of affection, for lack of understanding with the society or from the society or about the society. They feel left out, they feel rebellious, or they've been in bad companies, or misfortune befell them and they had no choice, etc., etc., or they thought they had no choice, or they were forced into this situation, or sometimes they were even wrongly accused, yeah, by a superpower, or by a wrong identification, or by being in the wrong place at the wrong time. For example, all kinds. So anyway, we always hope that visiting the prisoners in prison will bring them comfort and turn them around to be a useful and beneficial person in the society, at least for their life. Yeah, okay. Oh, it sounds familiar, huh? I did not read all this before. I read just some of it, and I thought, oh, it's a good idea to share it with you. And now it's becoming more and more familiar all the time. Thank God for that, yeah. Because I really like the Essenes, the way they live their life. And the more we read about it, the more we like it. And the more it seems familiar to us, no? Okay, all this free will, they're also free to go comfort, aid, and protect the widows and fatherless. They never let themselves be overcome by anger, hatred, vengeance, or ill will. Indeed, they are the champions of faith, truth, and honesty. Yeah, I hope you aspire to all that. As the servants and arbitrators of peace, they are, huh? They are. And we are too, no? Are we? Yes. Okay. Honestly? Yes. Cool. Yeah, I know you are. Their Ya and Nine were with them as binding as the most sacred oath. I mean, if they say yes to you, that's it. That is a promise. And it will be done. If they say no to you, they really mean no. And that's that. I mean, everything about their way of life is very clear, very honest, yeah, very respectful. Everything they do is of respect, love, and honor, yeah? Yeah, the 5 precepts is for that. To keep us in line in the beginning. Later it becomes natural. You be an honorable person without even thinking. It becomes like second nature. It's the real nature of you. Accept the oath that they take at their admittance into the order. They do take oath as well, 5 precepts, right? Maybe, or 10 commandments. Yeah. Except the oath that they take at their admittance into the order, they never bind themselves through an oath, neither in their public nor private life. I don't understand this really. Do you? What can it mean?
They don't swear.
Ah, that's right. That's very cool. So smart, you know? You don't use God's name in vain, yeah? You don't use a profanity, to abuse God's name or your honor, yeah. Like, for example, if you know that you can do it, then you tell to the person, I would do it. But say, I swear I will do it, in God's name, I swear I do it. There's no need for that. They just say, okay, I will do it. I help you, or I will do it. That's it, yeah? But at the time of initiation, of course, you have to make real promise, yeah? In the name of God, to be worthy of God. I am going to keep these precepts for the rest of my life. Well, if you can, huh? Like, no stealing, huh? Be honest, no killing, keep vegan. Meditation, live the life of virtue. And that you have to promise. You cannot just say, I try. Maybe. Because if you maybe, you can't sit here. Huh? You can only maybe outside, but you cannot maybe in here. We don't want maybe. Okay. Oaths and profanity are with them as much shunned as perjury itself. Now it's clear, yeah? They don't swear, okay? They don't say something like I swear I go to hell if I don't do that, something like that. You know what I mean? It says no need, they don't do such things. Because their words are the words of honor. There's no need to do this kind of thing. Okay. They consider that the man loses his esteem among his fellow citizens whose word is not sufficient without swearing. It's become more clear now. That's good. So they study with perseverance and interest the ancient writings, the scriptures, yeah, the sutras, yeah, all these holy teachings they study. Yeah. We do, hey? Yeah, we are doing now to prove it. Okay. They especially prefer such that they are intended to indurate and strengthen the body and ennoble and sanctify the spirit. They have profound knowledge of the art of healing and study it arduously. They examine and are acquainted with the medicinal herbs and plants which they prepare as medicine for man and beast, animal people. Animal people, actually, maybe explaining differently here. I don't think they call them beasts in that order. We don't call anybody beasts in our order, no? We call them animal people, brothers and sisters, friends, yeah? Okay. So it's just a different translation. Or maybe at that time, that was the word they used. Yeah, so. They also know the use and worth of minerals as medicine and do a great deal of good by applying these for healing the sick. Anybody that wishes to belong to the brotherhood is not at once admitted. Of course not, huh? Yeah, 3 months vegan, huh? Before admittance to the brotherhood, one has first to pass a whole year of trials outside the same. 1 year? And I give you just immediately after lecture? Wow, too cheap. Okay, from today 1 year, huh? For you. Okay. One has to live according to certain rules and regulations. During this time, he has to prove himself worthy through a strictly moral and virtuous life and temperance. He is provided with a spade, an apron, and a white garment. Now he is again subjected to new trials. Having passed through these, he is sprinkled with water or baptized as a sign of his spiritual purity and liberation from material things. We can do it with water or without water. Yeah, it's just a ritual. It's nice. It's no harm. We have a lot of rain. It's convenient. It's convenient to do in a rainy city. Yeah. But in some African cities, probably we have to sprinkle with sand, huh? Because they don't have much water. It's just a kind of symbol. Yeah. People still use it nowadays to baptize in some rituals, in some spiritual orders. We just do without. Yeah. Having passed through these, and proved his chastity, and being further tried in his strength of character and other qualities, and found to be worthy, he is at last admitted an actual member of the brotherhood. The poor guy, after 1 year of trial and tribulation and all kinds of tests. My God. Now, is there any spade and things in this house to dig? For agriculture, you can plant some more vegetables in the small garden that we have. But before he touches any food in the presence of the brotherhood, does he take this sacred vow? Above all things, to respect God, he must, of a true and pure heart, exercise justice and honesty to all men. Neither of imposed or influenced by others must he harm or hurt any man. Understand? No matter how. Yeah? Okay. During all his life to shun injustice. Further, he vows sacredly ever to obey his worldly rulers, as nobody has the rule without the will of God. Do you understand that? So even if you think the law is not very good, but you still have to obey it, because that might be God's will. Nobody can do it alone. Yeah, it must have been the karma of certain countries that the citizens have to undergo such and such dictatorship or strict governance. That's why we do not want to ever criticize anyone. We just pray for peace and make an example of kindness. Yeah? And hope that other people might do the same for the sake of everyone. If they don't follow, okay, that's it. We are not to criticize anything. But as it is, as we know that what we sow, so shall we reap. Yeah? So in our hands, we must exercise the power of kindness and compassion only. Understand, huh? Yeah. So if other people don't do it, then we know it might be God's will. Yeah? So we have to comply with it. Yeah? But in our hands, we always rather err on the side of compassion. So always be kind and be good. That's it. No matter who else does what. So here it means that if you live in any country, any rules, you have to abide by that. Yeah? Not because you are a spiritual practitioner, so you do what you want. It's not like that. Just like the similar teaching of Confucius, say you have to be loyal to your king and your country. If he becomes a ruler, if the practitioner of the Essenes order become a ruler, does he vow not to misuse his power? Yeah, I told you already. In our hands, we always exercise the power of compassion and kindness. Rather hurt ourselves, not hurt other people. Yeah, do you understand me? Outsiders. Yeah, here I beat you up anytime. I beat your ego up. Yeah, Do I? No? Maybe I should have. Come here. I beat you with a bar of chocolate. Okay. It's very rare that the master does that. Yeah? It's very rare that the master has to resort to some kind of physical reprimand. Yeah, very rare. Because it hurts the master more than the disciples. You understand me? The karmic transference will make the master suffer more. Yeah. But if it has to be done, the master will do it. But rarely. Yeah. Mostly verbal teaching should be applied to yourself, to the disciples, and that should be very sufficient already. If you keep the precepts and you really tone down your ego, yeah, and try to be humble, then the master doesn't ever have to suffer too much. Okay? Humility is very important. Humility means the absence of ego. Yeah? Ego means the absence of humility. Humility is very important. Without it, you will cause a lot of trouble and headache for everybody, including the master. Yeah? Even if you want to do good, you do it with just ego. It's just the way you think. You ignore everyone else. You don't consider. Not because you want to. It's just, you just live that way. Your ego just leads you into that kind of inconsiderate way of life. And then it's very difficult for you to understand everybody else's feelings or convenience. So the ego is your worst enemy. Worse than eating meat. You understand? If the people already killed it and you eat it, you have some karma, you don't have too much compassion. But with ego, you even forsake also compassion. Because you don't know what compassion is anymore. You are blind to the people around you, of their feelings, their emotions, and their needs. You are blind. If you have ego, you just think of yourself, the way you want to do this, the way you do that, and you do it your way, and you just don't think of any other alternative. You don't consider anybody else. And the ego is the one that stands in between you and the true knowledge of the providence. So anyone who has big ego, don't consider yourself intelligent at all. You are just repeating kind of parrot person, learning from anything that you know, but you're not truly intelligent. The one who truly has knowledge is the one who has no ego. Then your knowledge shines and you do everything right. It's just like that. So don't be afraid of any danger or any trouble. Be afraid of your own ego. Yeah? Ego is what? Where do we get ego from? Okay? Past life impressions. And the accumulating of habits or association, background. If you used to learn something, and you're good at this, and then you learn something else, you're good at that, and everybody keeps praising you, yeah? Then over time, you are so used to being praised, yeah? And then your ego grows up, and you think whatever you do is good. Because you've been used to being at the top, and then you don't consider anybody. It just becomes a habit, And this is very bad for us, yeah? Try to eliminate that. Only when you eliminate your ego, then your knowledge will truly be revealed. So that's why in the old times, it is said, the man who knows looks like the man of low knowledge, of an ignorant person. Because he might not show off the skill of the world, of the worldly knowledge. He doesn't even want to show off. If he knows it, he doesn't even show off. For him, it's not important anymore. The important is the real knowledge of heaven, the true original knowledge, which we forsake for the sake of learning some skill or something in this world, or any doctrine, any policy, or any special talent just to go on top of society, and forsake our own great self and the real knowledge that we always have. to be a great person. So to have knowledge in this world is not the top priority, really. Learn what you can to survive, of course. But if we forsake our real knowledge for worldly skills, that is a very great pity. It will enhance only our ego, and it will separate us more from our true knowledge, the one who knows everything, the one who pervades everywhere, the one who never goes wrong. All right, we continue with the essence. The members of the Essenes will shun injustice all their lives. Yeah. Everything he acts with fairness, with justice. He would never treat somebody unfairly. Yeah. Ever undaunted to further truth and justice. That's their life mission. Yeah. Their life goal. Okay. Further, he vows to sacredly ever to obey his worldly rulers, as nobody has the rule without the will of God. If he becomes a ruler, he vows never to misuse the power, but to set an example for his subjects by a virtuous life, frugality, and plain habit, plain clothing. Yeah. He shall always love truth and shun falsehood, to preserve his mind from impure thought or impulse. He should do that. Okay. He never to stain his hands with unjust gain, to live honestly by your own earning. Yeah. He vows never to interpret or explain anything of the laws of the order in any other spirit than he himself has received it from the Holy Fathers. Yeah. Do you understand? He would not misinterpret it. He would not distort the true teaching for gain or for profit of any kind, except to impart it to others just the way he has received it, just to know God, yeah, to be virtuous and moral. To faithfully hide and take care of the books. Hide and take care of the books and archives of the order. Wow. To hide it. Huh. Must have been tough at that time too, hey? Yeah.